I opened up Access. We're about to create a database, and you have wizards, other things shown over here. I'm creating a blank database. I click on this blank database, and what I want to do is give it a name, not database 1, and then I have to find the correct folder to put it in. So let's just say we're doing this Santa one, and I click on the folder here to find the correct folder, and I could go and put this on my flash drive. I click here, and if I want to put it in a folder and I need a new folder, and I could call it Access, and then I say OK. Takes a second. Click on the create. What we have here, the most important part of a database is the table, the tables, and the important part is also planning it. It's more than just computer literacy. It's knowing to imagine that if you're the chief elf for Santa, to know what to do. And there's different ways of doing it. What I have always preferred doing is in the design view. I have this tab here that says Table 1. We'll name it in a couple of minutes. I click on View here, and that's actually was telling me to save it, so I'm going to just call it Santa's. I can put apostrophe here, Santa's list. And what it is, we list the fields in here. And I'll talk about primary keys in a minute. I'm going to leave this up here for now, and I will explain that to you in a couple of minutes. So we have to have the name of the child. It's going to be a text field. If you click up here, it shows all the types here, and I'm not going to use all of them. What you see here is pretty much self-explanatory. The ones that I will explain, the first one says auto number. It's like coming off the assembly line, it assigns an ID number 1, 2, 3, etc. Ole object can refer to an image. For example, you're a realtor, you can have a picture of the house on that one there. You have a thing here called a lookup wizard. That is a drop down menu such as you see on the internet for whatever credit card you're using, Visa or MasterCard. We're going to do this short text, and I have that. I click down here. I want to limit the amount of data I can put in here. I want to make it 15 characters. So if it's 16 characters and somebody has a 16 character name, it's going to be deleted. Long story short, data used to be very expensive, like storage. It's a lot cheaper now. So we did first name. I'm going to do last name. Don't put spaces in there. That's a short text also. I click down here. I'm going to make that 25. Make it long enough though. Don't try to be chintzy, okay? City, short text. Go down here. I'm going to make that 25. Also, we want to know their gender, boy, girl. That is short text. It's just going to be B or G, okay? Make it easier, okay? And I should have had a capital B there. It's not case sensitive, but you want things to look good. Boy, girl, time zone. It's a number. I get the letter N for number, okay? And what I want to do here, I'm going to tab over. You can put comments in here. You can just say time zone on planet so Santa knows what to do. You never see that, but it's documentation. And what I want to do here, it's a number here, and for some reason you might want to make it double, because if you're doing relationships later on and one is a double, one is a byte or something like that, it's not going to work. They have to have the exact same DNA. By DNA, I mean field properties, okay? Good, bad. Yes, they're good. No, they're not. It's a yes-no field. Yes, good. No, bad. That way you know what's going on when you're doing the data entry. Toy. Requested. Short text. Going to make that 40 characters. Go up here. Now, what we have up here, ID. It's their social security number. It's a text field. Oops. Short text, okay? Now what it is here, there's only 9 digits in a social security number. However, you want those dashes to nicely appear. So what you want to do here, you want to put in an input mask. If I click on the ellipsis at the far right, you got to save it. I say yes. And all I say is social security number. Next. That's how I want here. And I could just click on next, but typically with this like this here, how do you want to store the data? They typically say not that way, it just saves there. So I'm just going to say finish. So I will do a sample one in a couple of minutes here. And the last one here, we have the elf that we're assigned to. Because we have all these elves, the children have a personal relationship with their elf. And that is a number. That's a long integer. Now let's say I want the ID social security number removed. Kind of like Excel. It's highlighted. I can pull it down. Let's say I want to make the elf the primary key. I want this one to be the primary key. This means you cannot have 2 social security numbers entered. That's how you identify the child. Save. We're going to do some data entry now. I click on the word view, and let's say I'm going to type in John Jackson, and let's say Yonkers. He's a boy. Time zone 3. It's a checkbox here. I check it off for good. Okay. Toy requested. He asked for an Xbox. It puts the dashes in. Just making it up. He's assigned to Elf 1. And you keep going there. And I'm just going to say Mary Jones, Yonkers. She's a girl. And she's in the same time zone. I'm going to check her off too. And if I want to copy that field up above, I just hold down Control apostrophe. Now watch this. Because you have duplicate, you can't do that. So I say okay. If you really screwed up, just hit the escape key a couple of times. It'll kill this out, but let's just say it's a 6. So that is the basics of creating the database table. From there you can do queries, much more.